Well, my name's John Wright, and I just had the nicest thing happen to me. Actually, there was a sheriff here. He came right here. He came by really slow, and I thought, Jesus Christ, this here's the opportunity of a lifetime. I went out there and offered him a goddamn book. I told him my name was John T. Wright, and I said, I've got over 300 videos on YouTube, and here in a second, you might get to watch the man drive right by and look at my motorhome, because I told him who I was. Boy, I'll tell you what, watch him go the opposite way. No, 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 he might come this way. I see his tires turned the other way. He's going back to town. He does not want to come here and get filmed one more time, by the way. You know, I told him I was D.B. Cooper's son, and he says, oh, that must be great, like it's a goddamn honor. It's not a goddamn honor at all. He's over here looking for my nephew Kevin. I thought he was coming out here to talk to me because I put the Cooper things right out there where he could see him. He came out here, but he's delivering papers to my nephew's place over there. And I gave him an earful. I told him about Millhouse Smokehouse in Morton, Washington. I told him that place was named after Richard Milhouse Nixon. The money was right there. It's the Republican Party. And I seen the looks on that guy's eyes, and I started asking him, I said, so what party do you belong to? What party do you belong to? And he started going, I don't want to talk politics while I'm at work. And I said, well, that's what I thought. I said, you're a Republican. He just smiled and stuff like that. He says, I won't talk politics while I'm at work like that. Well, I'm not going to offer him over because he's a fucking Republican. He's a goddamn Trump person. And I said, hey, Trump's a fucking criminal. I said, you should do your goddamn job. And if that cop wants to say that I'm a liar and I'm not saying this is true, it just goddamn happened. It's 3:06. He just left the property at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That man was here. I walked directly over here. I reported right goddamn here, and I confronted him, and I took him this very book, and I said, here, take this home with you. Take it home and goddamn study it. Take it home. No, I don't need paperwork. He says, I don't need paperwork. I said, well, you know, he doesn't want to fucking face the fact. He doesn't want to face the fact, and he acted like, and I said, you know what? I said, oh, you're here finally. I said, oh, I apologize if I've created such a commotion. You know why? And everybody that witnesses this on the internet, you should get on the phone to your congressman and stuff, because the sheriff's department is involved in it here by the looks of that guy. Him playing stupid like he did with his little smiles and stuff like that. I told him the goddamn truth. I think I even shook his hand to being a law enforcement officer coming out here. So nobody could say that I disrespect law enforcement officers, because they put their asses on the line goddamn 24/7, 7 days a week. And by the way, if you piss one off, or no, if something happens and if somebody hurts one of their families, I would also be upset. In some ways, I think, well, it's a goddamn eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, because if she came after my family, Bruce KIMSEY. Oh, and I told that guy about Bruce KIMSEY right there. I told that guy about Bruce KIMSEY. I told him about Jerry Wright on the Middle Fork Road right up there behind barbed wire fence. You know, somebody should just pick up the phone and start calling the goddamn people of Lewis County and not even let the fucking phone stop ringing. That's exactly what I do. I tell all your friends and pass this around. You got people in your email accounts, you just fucking float out there. Like my dad says, he calls Bonnie and he says, wildfire. You know, oh, that means like puts her in goddamn panic mode. She'll call everybody and go, oh, yeah, tell them the thing. And the only thing I can imagine, but I'll goddamn tell you what, I am fucking pissed off because that sheriff, well, it doesn't matter. That's what they want to do. You know what? The sheriff's department wants to take over. They are a coup. They're a Republican Party. And that sheriff that was right here, the sheriff's office ripped it off. The sheriff's office ripped it off, and he's right here. I don't mind standing up to the guy. The guy's bigger than me. Wait, you motherfucker. Hey, how's that? Do I got your attention now? You may not be a motherfucker, but I am. So if your mother's good looking, I might hammer her. I'm not a goddamn angel, but I'm responsible for what I fucking see. And if I see goddamn cops that fucking want to turn the other way. And by the way, I was going to mention this earlier. When I found out my nephew was abducted downtown for no reason, he was abducted when the Middle East blew out of proportion. They took him like they was hostage. You know, like tit for tat shit, it seems like. And when I found out about it on Monday, and which I recorded on these tapes, I said, if they knew this was about that, he would be out in 20 minutes. He was out within 2 hours. He walks right over to me and goes like this. Is it the power of suggestion, or can they listen in on my brother-in-law's hearing piece, which I have complained to him about for months? Matter of fact, I bought him 2 new hearing aids so he doesn't have to go through that one that he gets through his insurance company, through Weyerhaeuser. You know, I wonder what's going on here. A lot of fucking, you know, CSI, whatever, you know, fucking tuning in, fucking listening to people's goddamn conversations. Well, I caught my nephew over here, and I don't care if he fucking denies it or what. It's the truth. I caught him over here next to my motorhome, listening in. I forgot on my microphone. I could see him on my cameras. Going like this, getting closer, closer, closer. Jesus Christ, you know, it's fucking goddamn happening. You know, and I made it known that I caught him. You know, what's he over here doing? Why is it happening? I made noise that I seen him and his daughter run this way. And then I got on the PA and I fucking started going, hey, how do you like this? Isn't this fucking fun now? I see you behind my motorhome hiding. You know, him and his daughter and all that stuff. I mean, it was quite embarrassing. But at the same time, I'm pointing out the goddamn truth. What's happening? Here this guy is over here serving him with papers. And I goddamn know this for a fact. His children has been taken off the property. It's like they've kidnapped him. And they're using the sheriff's department to do so. So if the sheriff's department is sending over a black man over here to make it into a racial incident, and my nephew came over here and we had a conversation where I thought it was going to end up being fisticuffs, and I had to ask him to leave. I said, there's a gourd, goddamn get the fuck out, basically. You know, it's pretty serious when you have to tell your nephew. I said, you know, you see how I got this set up? There's one way in, there's one way out. And I said, now if you are over here and something happens to you, now you're in trouble. If I go over there and something happens over there, I'm in trouble. You know, I explain things to people really goddamn clearly. Really goddamn clearly. And I don't think that sheriff's department from Thurston County Sheriff's Department today goddamn didn't hear any goddamn thing of gibberish between me. And you guys could take that to the bank out there, worldwide, nationwide in the USA. I call right there that goddamn ship is bullshit as much as the denial in that guy's fucking veins that the goddamn sheriff's office is involved. And I'll tell you what, denial might be something in the Middle East, but denial is something that runs through these bitches' veins. Don't deny the truth, because you know what? You'll get a lot more healthier, a lot more goddamn quicker. Like I told that sheriff out there, if you're a sheriff, I said, you do your job. I said, you do your job. I said, you goddamn do your job and you arrest Trump. I said, because I goddamn wanted that guy to know, if I goddamn am doing something wrong, you goddamn come and arrest me, because I'm not doing a motherfucking thing wrong. Not one goddamn thing wrong, and I made that sure that guy goddamn knew it. And I asked him, well, who's he here for? He says, Kevin Henry Baker. I said, that's my nephew. He lives right over there. He has, you know, and I told him, and I think I told him about the problem he has with his children and them taking him off the property. I just am not going to goddamn sit around like I goddamn know nothing when it's goddamn so important. And everything that goes on, and by the way, this stems all the way back to the Middle East. 50 fucking Americans getting murdered in Beirut as hostages. I want you to know, if you got contact directly to the White House, you call up and tell fucking Carmela and Carmela's husband. I mean, I wouldn't mind talking to Doug. Doug's fine with me. I'll take Doug. God damn it, you send Doug over here and make sure I know Doug's coming, because Doug could just put out a couple cones and stop right there in front of the house, and me and him will have a powwow out here. I mean, he'll give him fucking 1 hour with me one-on-one. I'll put a fucking table and chair out here for us to have coffee with, and he could bring his own coffee and his own lunch and stuff, because, you know, mine's not goddamn good enough for him. I fucking agree with him, because I live like a goddamn pig. They forced me to do this. I told that cop, I said, don't I goddamn look like the guy? Take a good goddamn look. Don't I look like the guy? He says, well, yes, you do. And I said, well, that's because I am. And I just want everyone to know I report things on the spot, and that's goddamn why I'm here. And you know what? 10 minutes, perfect. We're out of here.